Welcome everybody, my name is John. We are flying 737 today. We are flying from the Montreal airport and we are going to be flying to Newfoundland, St. John's. So I'm just going to pick up the weather here.
Montreal Trudeau
and from what I think we're taking off 24 left, which I don't really know how to get there, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 14,000 few. 18,000 broken, 24,000 broken, temperature -10, dew point -1/4, altimeter 3020, arriving runways 24 right, 28, departing runways 24 left, 28. Advise on initial contact you have X-ray.
We have information X-ray, so we'll switch that back over. And let's just see what the frequency is. We don't have BATSIM installed. I don't have it working anyways. I have it installed, just not working. So we're just going to play some make-believe. Just see what the tower frequency is. Tower 119.3. Let's give this a spin around here. .3. Montreal traffic. I don't even remember what our name is. I think it was just like D123. Delta 123 is departing Genghis Gate 65 for runway 24 left. Pedals here. It's probably not the proper way to do her, but that's the way we do her. Ooh, that was hard in the landing gear. I do need a map though, because I have zero idea where we're going. I don't know if this map will show us or not.
SJX Vision 1, Charlie, Victor, fly heading 250, runway 24 left.
Okay.
Clear for takeoff. Fly heading 250, runway 24 left. SJX Vision 1, Charlie, Victor.
Yeah, I got an idea where we're going.
58 Baron, 5, X-ray, Sierra, runway 24 right. You're clear to land. Runway 24 right, 58 Baron, 5, X-ray, Sierra.
Oh, we're just gonna. I haven't figured out how to use the VNav yet, so I've just been doing it this way. Taking off 24 left, so we'll change to that. And our altitude is going to be 26,000.
Victor, contact center on 133.225. Contact center on 133.225. SJX Vision 1, Charlie, Victor.
How's everyone doing? Hopefully good. Apparently I don't have a title for this. That's weird. I thought I just did have one, but okay. We will get a... Let me hit the brakes here. It's gonna update that. Alright, cool. Update. I still don't know really where we're going. Is that a runway there? This is the taxiway. Let's go follow this taxiway here. But we have our flight plan in. I don't really know how long it's going to take us. I didn't look at that when I was doing it. We are using the Logitech pedals. They work very well for what I use them for. Pretty sure we follow this, and then we have to kind of cross the end of a runway. Could be totally wrong, but We'll just take her for a rip there, buds. Feels like it's very zoomed in. I could be wrong, but maybe not. Pretty sure we have to go this way. Let's bring up the map. Yeah, we gotta go this way here. I gotta lower the map, can't see what I'm doing. We're just going to assume we have the clearance to go here, even though we there should be no planes landing. Now we are going to try and fly the ILS to runway 11 in Newfoundland. We are on the real weather, so it should. I've kind of checked the weather. It looks not too bad in Newfoundland. Yeah, it looks like it says 24 left. Yep, so we'll head down here and jump on 24 left. There used to be a way to bring up I'd have to mess around with it here and see where the option is to bring up the air traffic control. I don't remember where it is. Should probably get back into the center of the taxiway here. This is the first time I've flown the 737 in a long time. I don't know if I've ever flown it in a video. I had no idea how to use the flight computer. I had to relearn the whole relearn the whole flight computer again.
Baron, 5, X-ray, Sierra, hit, taxi via 2,
This
4,
is what,
Romeo,
2,
Golf,
4,
1, 0, Alpha,
2, 4
Romeo,
left.
line, hold short of runway, 2, 8. 8, taxi via 2, 4, Romeo, Golf, 1, Delta, 1, 0, Alpha, Romeo, line, hold short of runway, 2, 8, 58 Baron, 5,
All right.
X-ray, Sierra.
Let's just take a look, see if there's any traffic incoming. Shouldn't be, there's no traffic, okay. There's no traffic on the runway. So I'm going to say we are good to go. I believe our rotation speed in this is 135 knots. So what we're going to do for this takeoff, we're going to take off and hold the runway heading for a little bit until we get up to about 1,000 feet. And then, yeah, we're going to do that. Alright, full power. We're off the brakes. And we're going to watch it here. Once we hit 135, we're going to pull back. It's really a bit of a rumpy runway. It's 135. We're going to pull back. Positive rate. Gear up. Throw the auto throttle. And autopilot for our speed. Whoa, easy there, killer. For our speed and our heading select. Get a little ways from the airport here. Looking good out there. Everything's looking good. Instruments, nothing to be concerned about. So we are going to go up to 26,000 feet. We're going to hit LNAV, and then it should start flying us over to our planned route, if all goes well. Let's see if it actually does. As we bring up my flight plan. Alright, so we're going to fly to Vicbu, and when we get there, we're going to be at 26,000 feet. Do have auto throttle engaged. Once we hit 350, it will spool us down. For some reason, it wants us to do. We're gonna go 2,500 feet. That way, the passengers aren't experiencing 15 Gs on the way up. Now, the issue I was having this when I was messing around was. The autopilot did not want to cooperate at all, so I'm just going to watch it here and see. So we'll switch over to departure here. Departure is 120.42. 120.42. Switch over to that. Still watching this here. 10,000 feet. Keep the. We'll keep the. Actually, let me make sure I got the sign on for the seat belts. Seatbelt sign should be on. Seatbelt sign is on. Once we get turned around here for ground speed's 392, so we're making pretty good speed. Once we get up to our altitude as well, we should do all right. Sky Vector here. So I use Sky Vector for all my my maps and radio stuff. And then I normally I'll normally use what's the website called? Flight Plan in Database to do my my planning. Alright, so I've kind of got an idea on where I should be. I'm just going to bring up just check out the flight computer here. So once we get to Gibby, we should be at 2,000 feet for Gibby, 1750. Still got a little bit of time for that. Flying into some clouds. Should be just about ready to. That's probably should if it's working, it should level us off here in a couple minutes. But is it actually going to? That is the main question here. The sequence is auto. Okay, so it is going to level us off. That's good. That is good. Climbing through, we're at 16,000 feet. So once we go to VL Victor Lima Victor, we're going to go up to our 35,000 feet. But overall, everything's still looking good here. Throttles haven't quite spooled back yet. They will here in just a minute, though, if I had to imagine. So one thing I'm still learning on how to do is my approaches and my my departures and all that. That's something I'm still working on, just kind of reading up on it, watching some videos. But everything's looking good. Climbing through 18,000 feet. We're going to stop at, what was it, 26,000 feet. Ground speed of 467. We can probably get a little bit more speed out of it. I don't know what it'll do before we get an overspeed. Let's see if we can get 370 out of it. Just going through another layer of clouds here. So this is my... Just trying to figure out how this works. So this is the navigation one. So I'll switch that to my ILS approach when I get there. What does that mean? Why has that come up? I'll just press it and hope for the best. Hopefully it doesn't light up again. Maybe it had to do with an overspeed? I don't know. Okay, so Big Boo. How far are we from Big Boo? We're 58 miles from Big Boo. We're almost at 26,000 feet. Once we reach 26,000 feet, we will turn off the seatbelt sign. Now we're going through a little bit of cloud here. Just a bit to come out over top of them. It is a little laggy going through the clouds. Feels like we're turning. Okay, we are turning. I can say those clouds are at an awful level or awful angle right now. What I'll actually do, I think, is just turn down a couple of these settings, just for just so we're not getting any lag in the stream. Wow, that is annoying. Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll turn that down. Let's try that again. That's a little bit better. Not too shabby. Yeah, it's yeah, like I'm in pilot school right now, and like I'm just doing flight lessons for a Cessna, and yeah, it's crazy just the complexity of the flight computer. Like it's taken a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of reading up on it to see if I can figure it out, and I still can't figure it out. Like as you can see right now, the plane's going left and right. I'm sure it'll figure itself out here in a sec. But yeah, even like the VNav, yeah, I still have no idea on that one. Oops, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Nope, go back on there. Okay, so should level itself out here. Hopefully. I'm going to zoom it in a little bit here and see. Okay, so we're up to our cruising altitude. Now it's just a matter of the autopilot wants to cooperate. Looks like it's getting there. It's slowly starting to understand to see what's going on. Is it going to give us a bit of a jolt, or how's it going to do this? Slowly coming back to level flight. Stolen ice cream. Are you still flying? Okay. Yeah, I just I've kind of taken a break from it just because it's Christmas time, and so the reason, yeah, I guess I'm going to do my ground school here probably the next couple of weeks and try to get back into it. Something that I miss doing. At least the simulator gives you a bit of a feel for it again. Alright, so we're level up to 26,000 feet. We are about 3 minutes from Vic Boo. Once we go to Vic Boo, we're going to be VLV, and we're going to climb to 35,000 feet. We are, let's see here, where's my seatbelt light? We're going to turn off the seatbelts. so the passengers can get up and walk around the cabin and experience the bathroom if they want. I'm sure flight service will begin here in just a little bit, and maybe we can get a snack. So overall, weather's not too bad. 26,000 feet. There's a few clouds around. I think the weather in Newfoundland was saying it was something like, it was like pretty much scattered clouds. It was broken closer to the ground. The main thing is that let's hope the weather isn't bad, because it being on the Atlantic Ocean, it doesn't take much to get messy. That's for sure. You get a lot of snow. You get some warm water from the ocean, the cold air, and it's not a good combo. How much fuel are we burning? Let's take a look here. So we got how much fuel are we burning an hour? We're burning 4. I am wondering, maybe I can't do this from here. I'm guessing it doesn't have a full tank of fuel. It doesn't. We have a total of 17,000 pounds, which it should be enough, because an hour and 46 minutes. An hour and 46 minutes of flying. Let's just go back here and resume the flight. An hour and 46 minutes of flying. We're burning 4,000 pounds. Yeah, we should be all right. Well, we'll be on the center tank of fuel. The wings will probably be empty, but the engines are spooling, coming back a little bit. I guess they're at between. So we're gonna be about 4,000 pounds an hour. Yeah, we should be all right. It's an hour and 45 minutes to Newfoundland, so I don't think we're gonna have any problems at all. So we are about a minute away from Vicville, and we'll go up to 35,000 feet. Let's see what kind of view we got from outside right now. We are flying a Delta Airlines 737 today, which is a magnificent looking aircraft, if I do say so myself. I want to try and get some of the see if there's any Air Canada skins. Oh my god, there's nobody flying the plane. Dear god. But we will we'll keep. Oh, so our call sign's gonna be November 3753. That's the aircraft tail number. Things are looking good out there. Alright, let's head back inside here. We're 4 miles in, so once it switches over, hopefully it should auto sequence, because we do have that put into the computer, switch to VLV. And we'll see if it actually works or not. Moment of truth, moment of truth. And it did switch over. Okay, so it has switched over, so we're going to climb to 35,000 feet. Where do you go there at? Let's say 2,000 feet a minute. Engines are going to spool back up here, and then well, at least we should be out of the majority. We should be above the majority of the clouds. Looks like we're going to run into some here. But yeah, overall, everything's looking good. No concerns at all. The master caution did come up. I don't know what it was for, but it did come up. The only thing I'm concerned about is our fuel. I don't think we're going to have an issue, though, once we're leveled off and all that. We are making good speed, and I think we have enough in the center tank to get there. It's something I always forget to check. And I never forget it in the Cessna, because I've flown it, so it's something I always check. We are climbing, though. Yep. 2,000 feet a minute. Alright, let's go take another look outside and see what it's looking like. Jeez. Still beautiful. Look at that sunlight above the clouds. It's looking good. The detail is pretty good on the planes too. I don't know if this is part of the whole 11.3 update or not, but it is. It does look pretty good. I am impressed. Ugh. Now we may have to, I don't know if it'll let me, if it'll fly at 370 knots at 35,000 feet. Whatever, we're still making crazy grounds. We still got 547 knots, so that's still great. So our nearest, I'm just trying to see here what our nearest area, what we're roughly over. Let's take a look here in Sky Vector, see what our nearest location is. So we're just south of Quebec City from the looks of it. A place I have never been. But from the looks of the flight plan, though, it looks like we'll fly over a couple of different airports, and then before we cross over the water, looks like we're going to fly over I think it's Charlottetown, and then I don't know what YQY is, and we'll fly pretty much direct across the across to the airport. We're going to be flying over that little island that's owned by France. I don't remember the name of it, though. Let's see if it'll show me. It's going to be a little lesson for you guys. St. Pierre, it's a little island off the south coast of Newfoundland. It is actually owned by the French, by France. If you actually go there and you take a boat or you fly there, you can't take a car. I don't think there's any ferries. I could be wrong. And you actually need to have your passport because, yeah, it is considered France. Oh, excuse me. And so I was pretty impressed with. I guess I didn't know that. But hey, you learn something all the time. All right, so we are about 34,000 feet. We'll see once we level off here. We'll see if we get the. We'll still get the speed that we're looking for. Staying probably dings we're 1,000 feet to go. But yeah, everything's looking good. If you guys haven't, if you haven't played this game in VR, if you do have a VR headset, 100% you should try it. It's pretty cool. Like I've used it for my Cessna training, and it's definitely something that's pretty cool to try out. If I'm doing the Cessna training, I normally use. I'll normally use the VR headset. Well, that's kind of frightening. Alright, well we have a plane, and it looks like it might be 1,000 feet above us, might be flying directly at us. We'll have to see here. I wonder if the map will tell us. See, we could have a mid-air collision going on here. Doesn't tell me their altitude. No, maybe it does. Altitude. They're at 35,000 feet as well. I can adjust it, but I'm not going to. They're heading 283. I don't think we should have a problem here. Are we? Yeah, they're flying towards us. Let me bring that back up here. We can take another look. We might have a mid-air collision going on here. Okay, so we're just gonna barely skirt by them here. But we are turning now. So, let's just see. I think we'll be good. Yeah, we're going to be good. Let's see if we can see them. Oh, we're going to have a seizure here. Won't be able to see. Well, isn't that nifty? Ooh, excuse me. Let's go to the external view and we can see if we can see it here. Chase. There he goes. I think we might be having a little bit of turbulence here. I could be wrong. Could also be that he clipped off the top end of our tail. Let's So DCDGG is our next spot. Let's see roughly where that is. So DC. Okay, then we'll be going Pata. We're about about a minute and a half out from DCDGG. Let's see what we've got here on the ground that we can see. Is there much going on? Looks like a couple of small rolling hills. The weather looks like it is clearing up. So burning about 4.8 right now. Get a ground speed of 540, 4.8. Flying about 2 hours and be 8. Yeah, we should have lots of fuel left. There's not much out there right now. Oh, excuse me. For those of you that are wondering, DCDGG. Let's just see what it is near. DCDGG. DGG. Apparently it doesn't. Apparently it doesn't come up on Sky Vector. A couple of people in the background. It looks like they have updated the sky though. That's kind of the clouds. That could be just be me. The clouds I think look a little better. Oh, here's another plane. Where are they at? MD-82. They're heading 281. I don't think they're going to be a factor. Let's go external and see if we can get a good view of them. For some reason it's really shaky and I don't know why. But it's looking pretty cool down there. A couple of small rivers. I forgot to change this watercolor, so now all the water looks like it's from the Bahamas. I don't know why it's so jittery though. Oh, excuse me. I don't see the ocean just yet. A couple of rolling, small rolling mountains there. Yeah, the water looks so weird though. It's everywhere's the Caribbean when you're playing Xplane. Alright, let's see him go by here. I don't think he's as close as the last guy. No, he's not nearly as close as the last guy. But he still is close though. How are things going in here? Fuel flow is still pretty decent. We're at 35,000. We're supposed to be at 35,000, 36,000 feet. No, it is 35,000 feet. Okay. So Lexic. So we get to Lexic. I'm gonna be at 6,300 feet at Lexic, so it's a pretty good jump. So if we drop 1,000 feet a minute, it's going to take 35 minutes. Once we hit Lexic as well, we'll be able to see how much time we have, and we can either adjust our speed or whatever we have to do to make sure that we're at that. So once we hit Lexic, we want to be at 2,000 feet for Gibby, 1,750, and then that's if we need to go around, but I don't think we will. 1,750 at ZNF. Which once I have the VNav figured out, then we can just throw it all in there and it'll work all by itself. But it's looking pretty cool out there. So we are headed direct Pata, I think it is, or direct Hull now. Be direct Hull, and then Rinzen, which is it's just like it's a very small jump. It's a 2-mile jump, and then we'll be jumping to Bagel. And after Bagel, we'll be flying over some airports. Ooh, excuse me, falling asleep. There's another aircraft off to our left. I can't see what that one is. Let's hit the map here and we'll be able to check it out. It's a Cirrus Vision there, and that other one that's above that one is an MD-82. I'm assuming we're going to see lots because it looks like it is it's like we're in a skyway. So I'm sure we'll see lots of traffic. Ground speed 540 knots. We're making really good speed. Like our airspeed's 319. We're doing pretty good. Ooh. So I'm just trying to think how we do this. So if we leave the LNAV on, then I guess, yeah, I can still control my altitude and all that. Should be alright. Should be alright. I'm guessing we're probably in like the area of, we're probably in New Brunswick here now, I would think. That would be my guess anyways. Interesting to see, because we're pretty much flying right over Prince Edward Island, so it'll be interesting to see what, like if you can see across the whole island or not. I've never been out that way. I've been out that way when I was very, very young, but I don't remember much of it. But we can't see the ocean yet. We're 5.9 minutes from Hull. I don't think that'd be cool if there was like a Cyyt view. That's a 2D panel, external chase, ride along, track weapon. That's kind of cool. Sunglasses, yeah. You can take a look with it auction. I think that's new, isn't it? It doesn't work on this aircraft. Aviation flashlight. I don't think that works. Oh yeah, it says that it does. What other views do we have? Lock geographically. No, I don't want that. I don't know what that is either. Oops, I don't want the glasses on. Do that. Do that. Let's turn the night vision goggles. That looks great. I feel like you'd be blind if that was true right now. You'd be like Star Brothers. It's like, ah! Let's turn those off. So I can move. How do you move backwards? I think it's this button, isn't it? No? I'm just going to mess around here and see. Zoom in and out, backwards, forwards, period, comma. Period, comma. Let's go see if we can explore the aircraft. So if I look this way, rotate. Let's see if there's anything in here. Forwards. Might not even let us out. I don't really know. Ah, it's not gonna let us out. Open the damn door. Follow the damn train, CJ. Let me at the top. Oh, we can see through the peephole though. Flight attendant, let me out. I'm stuck. Oh, okay, so let's hit W. We'll go back to our original spot there. I wonder, I should look into that and see if there is a mod that shows like in seat or like looking at the window. But it's still looking pretty good out here. No signs of the ocean yet. Plane's not jittering all over the place, so that's good as well. Clouds are behind us. So I think our next flight, we are gonna go St. John's. I'm just trying to decide, like, what do you guys think? Should we do St. John's and then fly over to England and just do some local flying down there, or should we fly from St. John's up to I don't even know, was it Reykjavik? Not Reykjavik. Yeah, is it Reykjavik? Or what we should do, we could fly down south is not bad. I enjoy down south. It's with the water texture mods on, then it looks it normally looks pretty good. We could do yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking, is doing jumping. There's a couple of little islands out in the middle of they're kind of out in the ocean that we could go visit. And then we could fly around. We could go from those little islands to Spain, the UK, do like all the European airports, then go do Middle East, do lots of wide open desert. Maybe we'll make our way around the world here at one point. Either that, or we could always do a long haul flight. We could always do a long haul flight as well somewhere. Jump in the 747. Jump in the 747 and make our way. Maybe our next flight we'll do to let's see what this airport looks like here. Let's see if we can find it. I'm just gonna take a look on Sky Vector here and see. I'm pretty sure it's Reykjavik, or is that in Iceland? Maybe that's in Iceland. Maybe in Iceland I'm thinking about. Yeah, I don't really know. I'll have to look into it a little bit more. But if we do, yeah, we'll land here, and then maybe we'll even do some putting around Newfoundland. Yeah, we'll see from there. Alright, let's take another gander around here. Setting a little bit of farm field down here. Oh, it looks like we got a plane that's about to fly by us as well. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a little bit of farmland there. Let's take a look here and see where we are waypoint wise. There he goes. Waypoint wise, we are still en route to Hull. Hull is 3 miles, so 30 seconds away. Then we'll be into Rinson and then Bagel. So I don't know why it did it that way, because it's weird, because like the waypoint is, you'll be able to see here, it switches to Rinson, and it's a 30-second waypoint to Rinson, and then, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Maybe I find it weird. Yeah, maybe I just made a small adjustment to where it was going, and then it's going to switch over to Bagel. Switch over to Bagel, and it's just a small adjustment again. Once Bagel, so in 4 minutes we'll switch them. We're going to be going to YQM for our next waypoint here. Welcome to the stream, whoever just joined. We are flying. We're flying to St. John's at Newfoundland. And yeah, weather's looking good so far. Oh, excuse me. We are doing real-time weather, just not real-time because it's dark, and I'm sure you guys don't want to look at a dark airplane. So let's take another look around here, see what's going on. But it's looking pretty good, and they got some farm fields there. The plane's doing that weird jittery thing again. We'll go back inside here. How's our fuel doing? We got 13,000 pounds remaining. Yeah, 13,000 pounds, and we're burning 5,000, so we got 2.5 hours roughly of fuel left. Does it say how much time I have left in the flight? Let's see if it does. I think it did there. I don't remember to do this. An hour and 23 minutes of fuel left. We might run out of fuel. I don't know. I honestly do not know. If we do, that'll suck. I'm assuming I can add more fuel. And I think we're going to be in like a critical situation that I'll add more fuel. But yeah, we're burning... Is that like per or... That's per. So we're burning actually like 10,000 pounds an hour. So you see we have an hour and 26 minutes. Let me see if I can add more fuel in here. Because yeah, that's not going to be any fun if we run out of fuel. We have more fuel? I don't think so. Why didn't that work? The only thing I'm worried about is if we do this. Let's see if we do apply changes. No, it gave us our fuel. Okay, that's cool. Didn't lose anything there. Flight plan still plugged in. Yep. Alright, so we're 2 minutes away from Beagle. And they'll be flying over airports, which is kind of cool. Always like flying over them. You can kind of see what they look like. So, flight is going good. What else do we have turned on? We got the avionics turned on. We don't need the pitot heat. We'll turn the pitot heat on anyways. You should always have it on when you're flying. And then we got the beacon still on. Don't need the panel lights. Okay, let's read our checklist here. Yeah, so everything's still looking good. No concerns. We're 1 minute away, 12 miles. Still looking nice outside. Still got lots of planes flying around us. But yeah, water's looking Bahamas blue like usual. That plane's way off in the distance there. Doesn't look like we've got anybody on board today. Uh-oh, I broke it. It's cool how you can, like, read the stuff. I don't know if it'll... Oh, that'll make it dizzy. Yeah, let's go back. Go back here. Let's go back into our normal view. Let's see, 20 seconds from Beagle. We'll switch over to YQM, which is 97 nautical miles. That's our farthest jump so far. We're looking at 11 minutes to get there. Let's take a look here and see if we can do chase. So yeah, we will be able to see the airport. Here's a city here. I don't know which city that is, but there is an airport down there. So there is. View. But yeah, there is an airport down there. I don't know which airport it is. Let's take a look here on... This thing's so hard to read, though. It's hard to say. Yeah, it's hard to say what airport it is. Let's go back into our regular view here. Let's see if this says what it is here. We'll zoom out. CYFC. Let's check and look. Take a look and see. CYFC. Go. That is the town of Fredericton. Okay. So we're definitely in New Brunswick here now. And so we'll be flying YQM is Moncton. So we're getting close. We're getting there. 536 ground speed, which is still plenty. A nice spot out there, though. gonna mess around with some of the. So let me switch over to. Does Fredericton have a frequency? Does it have a? Let's check the ATIS. 127.55. 127.5. 127.55. Is that what I said? ATIS. Yes. See if we can pick it up. Nope, can't pick it up. That's too bad. So our next one we're going to be looking for is Moncton. Let's see what its frequency is in Moncton. We'll do tower 120.8. 20.8. So it's over to that. That's for Moncton, which will be there in 7 minutes. So far, flight is going well. Welcome to the stream, whoever just joined. We're en route to St. John's, Newfoundland. Currently cruising at 35,000 feet. 319 knots, ground speed 536, and it's been good so far. Weather's been pretty good. I'm just looking here at Sky Vector. I was just taking a look to see what the weather was like out in Newfoundland. I was looking at a couple of different other routes. We got the Sydney Airport, which we're crossing. We'll be crossing over. It's looking like it's 15 statute miles, overcast 1600, and that looks to be about it. So we're going to be running into some cloud cover most likely. St. John's at the moment. Winds 2407 knots, 15 miles visibility. Overcast 1800. And it doesn't look like we got any snow or anything like that, which is good. Looks like our wind we have now, that 214 at 17 knots, which is not too bad. Sometimes you get these, when you're up this high, you get crazy winds. Like, I don't know if you guys watch like Steve 01 Knievo, or there's Aviation 101. What's the other guy's name? Flight Chops is another one. But Steve 01 Knievo, though, one of the videos I was watching of his, it's like a 43 knot headwind that was just killing them for their speed. But we're doing not too bad. I'm always surprised in these aircraft that if you did have an instruments failure, is that there's not really, not that maybe I'm missing something, but there's not really a backup instrument. But hey, I guess you'd probably figure it out. It's a lot of cases autopilot will still work, or if you just lose the screens. But overall, things are looking good. We've got another aircraft here. Where is he? Let's check and see what he is. Let's go into our map. Map. Helps if I click on the screen. Map. Okay, let's take a look to see where he's going. It is an MD-82, 35,000 feet roughly, and going 337 knots true. So he's making some pretty good speed. He's doing not too bad. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, the game's probably going to lag hardcore. Let's just close that. If for some reason there's a glitch, I don't know if you guys knew that, but if your map is open and it goes into like an actual window, it'll make the game lag like crazy. And I think I see some motion. Looks like we do have some motion off to on our left-hand side here. Things are still looking good. Fuel situation still sketches me out, but at least I know now that we can adjust it. We do have, I am going to adjust it a little bit because we do have an imbalance. The right tank. Oh, we can make it even. Okay, we'll do that. Done. Apply changes. I got 25,000 pounds. We got tons of fuel now. We don't have to worry about that. And the fuel is level on both sides. Welcome to the stream, everybody. If you haven't been here before, we're currently flying to St. John's, Newfoundland. I don't know if any of you have ever been there before. 35,000 feet, 319 knots. And we're going to be going with the ILS to runway 11, which I've never done before. I'm pretty unfamiliar with the 737. It's an aircraft that I haven't flown much of. We are set up here. Another aircraft here. Let's check our map, see where this one is. This looks like, I don't think that's the beach guy. Oh, there's some aircraft carriers down there. That's kind of cool. That's a Cirrus Vision. He's at 10,000 feet. I don't think that's the one we're seeing, though. I could be wrong. Ground speed's 536 still, so doing not too bad. We do have some motion there, which is pretty cool. What waypoint are we at? So we're YQM. We're 3 minutes out from it. Let's switch to the chase view. See if we can see it. Looks like that is the airport, just off in the distance there. And then we should be flying over Prince Edward Island. Is our next spot we're flying over. Hit YQM. YQM is 2.5 minutes out, 22 miles. And then we're at YYG. So I believe that might be... let's get that out of there. Okay, so let's take a look here. YYG is... I'm pretty sure that's Charlottetown. Charlottetown is YYG. So Charlottetown is YYG, and then we're off to it'll be Sydney, which is YQY. I'm gonna bring up the flight plan again here, so I know what's going on. Once we're at Lexic, then we will begin our descent. Well, prior to Lexic. We are picking up some more ground speed though, which is good. And yeah, a minute and a half to we're over Charlottetown. I wonder if that's the aircraft carrier there. Whoa, what did I do here? Oh, it disappeared. Oh, there it is there. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. We should make the shot. We can land on it from here. It'd be a little intense, but we could do her. Oh, we're really gaining some speed here. So we're at 546 for our ground speed now, so we are moving pretty quick. Okay. Alright, 60 seconds out roughly. That is ahead of us. I believe that should be Prince Edward Island right there. I wonder if you can see the Confederation Bridge. I have noticed there's quite a few things that are left out in the game, unfortunately. Like, a previous video we did last week, they could have updated it with 11.3, but we went to go fly over the Hoover Dam. They, for those of you that didn't know, the Hoover Dam doesn't exist in the Xplane universe. That's what I found out. We are doing a turn here, so we're going to YYG now. So we are getting a little bit of cloud here. From what I can see in the METAR for Sydney, which is short for Charlottetown, 15 statutory miles, 24,000 feet, few clouds. This isn't anything to worry about. And then Sydney Airport. It is 15 miles and overcast 1600. So it's going to get cloudier as we go on. Let's just double check. So the St. John's Airport hasn't updated in about an hour. Let me refresh Sky Vector and see. Yeah, so it hasn't updated in an hour, and it's overcast 1800. So It could have improved. It could have went downhill from there. Only one way to find out. YYG, okay. Radio receivers on. That's kind of cool. So what we'll actually do is see if we can get the nav frequencies for the ILS for runway 11. I don't know if this will show it on here or not. Let me go through here. We're running runway 11. Now it doesn't say what it is. I wonder if the flight planning website will. Oh, there we are. Approach aids, localizer ILS, 109.10. Yeah, so it's 109.10. So let's take a look down here. And we'll do this. 109. We'll cycle down to 10. Okay, so we got that input. Now once we're getting close, we'll hit approach, and it should pick up the ILS. From what I can tell, anyways, as far as I know. If not, we're gonna be hand flying it in, and hopefully it's not cloudy. We might be in trouble there. We are picking up some cloud here. Let's take a look to see what this aircraft is here ahead of us. It's an MD-82, 35,000 feet, roughly same altitude as us, and it looks like it is descending. Alright, cool. I didn't know you could do this with the map. Well, the map does show a little bit of cloud cover there as well. So we'll close that. Okay, so we're about 3 minutes from Charlottetown. Yeah, it does look like it is starting to cloud over quite a bit. So it could be, hopefully the ILS does work for the aircraft. If not, it could be a bit of an approach. I don't know what happens when we hit. Let's hit approach here and see. Okay, so yeah, that does come up. Let's just take a look here. I'm just going to look at the nav aids for elevation. So it doesn't really tell you how close you have to be. The map does a little bit. Let's see what the map says. So the map looks like as long as you're in that area, you should be all right. I know I've put the approach into the flight computer, so it says I know at Gibby we need to be at 2,000 feet. I'd say these clouds are pretty much at our level here. We'll switch into let's switch to a different view. For some reason, it's still jittery, which is weird. I don't know why. But that's the Charlottetown Airport right below us there. And the weird water blue color that is. Let's switch back there. How are we doing for fuel? We got 23,000 pounds. I did adjust that. I think we would have ran out. I think we would have ended up running out of fuel. Let's see what other things we can mess around with here. I know when we go to brake, there is the speed brakes in here, the flaps. Okay. I think the ILS is gonna work. I don't have any problems at all. We are picking up quite a bit of ground speed, so we're at 549 now. 50 seconds, YYG, then we're going to be going YYG to YQY. I'm just going to bring the map. And once we hit YQY, after that it's pretty much straight ocean to the airport. There's not much land after that. Skies are looking good though. So our longest jump we're making is 283 nautical miles. So if I had to guess, with us going, I could probably do some math here and figure it out. Let's see here. Calculator. We're making 549 ground speed divided by our longest distance is 283. 283 divided by 549. Oops, that's multiplied divided by 549. So it's a 30-minute jump to that point, which isn't too bad. With the winds blowing right now too, we're probably going to pick up more speed. From what I can see on Sky Vector, is once we get further into the ocean, the wind does change around. Looks like there's a small weather system just off the south coast of Newfoundland, so it'll be interesting to see if we do run into any weather at all. Let me just check on another map here and see. So if we go into my radar. Okay, so it does look like there is a fairly large weather system that is just to the south of St. John, so it may be a bit of a tricky ride in there. But so far it's not looking too bad. Some clouds, and we're getting, as you can see, we're getting a wee bit of turbulence here. Maybe we'll turn on the seatbelt light and see. Ding. Okay, seatbelt lights are on. It is getting a little bumpy. I do have the pitot heat is on. Okay. I don't think we'll need to de-ice. We're not in the clouds. When we took off, it was relatively clear. Didn't have to fly through any precipitation, so we're doing not too bad. But I can just see on Sky Vector there, it's just a bit of a system. But the wind should pick up in our favor though. We're at 555 now, so you know where the fastest ground speed ever picked up on an aircraft is. Look, another aircraft below us there. It'd be cool to do one of these trips and do it in like the X1 or the SR-71 to see what kind of time you get in it. She is bumpy though. Alright, so YQY, if we had to make a landing there, what kind of airport is it? It's got 7,000 feet, high intensity approach system. So we could probably land there. Probably wouldn't be too bad. Not too bad at all. But it is fairly bumpy up here. I'm surprised. Of course, the camera's jittery all over the place. No, I am surprised at how jittery it is, or how bumpy it is up here. Which it could be that weather system that that's causing it. I don't know if it'll show me. I don't know if this plane has... No, it doesn't show me the weather, which is too bad. No, I'm just kind of messing with stuff now. So we're at 2993 at the moment. I'm trying to figure if that's the cabin pressure. I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm pretty sure we have to... We'll just go standard. I don't know if that even means standard or not. We are getting bumped. We're at 555 for... so our true airspeed. So true airspeed's 500 and bouncing between 530 and 520. I don't see... I guess I could have used the cross feed there to pump the fuel over. I don't need the ground power. I guess that's just that. Holy switches in here, that's crazy. I don't know what half of them do. Does that light work? Oh, there's a dome light in here. Well, isn't that slick? Window heat. I wonder if that turns off the temperature and stuff like that up here. Well, I don't know what that was. The light was yellow, so I turned it off. That's the cabin pressure there from the looks of it. View. Yeah, I can't really see that. I could probably move over. Let's move over here and look at it. Cabin altitude, feet. I don't know how to even check that. It should be, so I think that's 8,000 feet is what it is, so I think that's alright. I don't really know. Already there. Uh-oh. What did I do? Yeah, I don't know what I did. I must have just hit the, I'm currently descending. Let me hit that and see if it brings me back up. Because, yeah, we're in a... no, we want to go up. Oh, I turned off the autopilot. That'll do her. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't do this thing where it wiggles us back and forth a bunch of times. See what aircraft we got around us. Got a Cirrus Vision private jet. A couple of oil rigs. I wonder if you can land on the oil rigs. That'd be kind of cool. It still is bumpy up here, though. That's for sure. Yeah, the trim wheel is just moving away. What's this do? Oh, maybe it twists. That maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so that's the total flight plan there. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, we'll zoom into there. Okay, so things are still looking pretty good here. We still got a very bumpy flight. There is a weather system to the south of us right now. So if I had to guess, we're probably getting some breeze from that. What we'll do is we're going to go up to 36,000 feet. And we'll see if that helps out with the ride at all, because yeah, it is fairly bumpy. Is it climbing? For some reason it's not climbing. It's because I haven't hit the vertical airspeed button up. So we're going up to that. We'll do 500 feet a minute. It'll take 2 minutes to get up there. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We are we're about halfway to Newfoundland right now. In a very, very bumpy ride, that is for sure. How's everyone doing tonight? Okay, so our ground speed, we're 570 knots ground speed, so we're flying. We're moving quick, which is awesome. We are going to climb up to 36,000 feet. We're going to go up a little bit faster here, and we're going to see if maybe, hopefully, this will correct our bumpiness. It might not though. It might just be because of this weather pattern. I don't think I'll go any higher than 36,000. So YQY is 2.5 minutes away. Then we're at Lexic, and then once we're at Lexic, at one point during that waypoint, we're going to start our descent, because at Gibby we have to. Or sorry, let me bring up my flight plan here. According to the flight plan, we have to be at 6,300 feet when we cross Lexic, and then we have to be at 2,000 when we cross Gibby. So once I know we've crossed over that, I can kind of make the judgment call on how fast we need to descend, what we need to lower for our speed. We're doing good ground speed though, that's for sure. So yeah, it does look like they're, yeah, I don't know. Some spots you look at, it does look like, other spots it doesn't. So it all depends on what app you're looking at. But so far, it's not bad. But we are a minute and a half from our YQY turn. But everything's still looking good. Got 21,000 pounds of fuel left. Wings are even. And we have fuel flow of 4.69 per hour, so altogether that's 9,500 pounds an hour. We should be still alright. We still are getting bumped around pretty good. I'm excited to get on to this to the next to Lexic. I just want to see what we should be planning for a descent. We can do some math and figure it out here. Can't really see the ocean anymore. Let's go into our view. Plane's all jittery as ever. Yeah, I can't see any more ocean there now. So we are turning to Lexic. So we're going to be 30 minutes to Lexic. So let's see here. So if we do 36,000 feet, 36,000, and we got to be at 6,300 feet. So we got to lose 29,700 feet. So we're pretty much starting out 1,000 feet a minute. Goes Lexic, and it's 19 miles. So we do 1,000 feet a minute. To 6,300 feet. that should work. So that'll take us, we're doing 1,000 feet a minute, we need to drop 26,000 feet. It's going to take us 26 minutes, and we're 27 minutes to Lexic, so we shall descend. Actually, while that's going over the ocean, we're going to bring that back up. We're not going to start this until we're going to go down to 30. What are we at now? 35,000. We'll go down to 34,000. And then we're going to wait a little bit. Just because with us crossing over the ocean, I want us to be a little higher up before we do start our descent. 1,000 feet to go. So once we're maybe about, yeah, I don't know, we'll see, halfway there, so we'll just descend a little bit faster. This way too, we can hold up our quick ground speed. It's gonna be 26 minutes there, so we have to go down. We're at 34,000 feet now. So we're at 34,000 feet. We have to be at 6,300. 27,700. So that'll be 27 minutes. So when we're about 15 minutes out, we will start our descent. We'll descend at 2,000 feet a minute. Still got a really good ground speed though. Yeah, that's one of the things. We'll keep our good ground speed with being higher up, and then that way it keeps us from having any issues if we, in the ocean, we're not too low. Let me hit the map here. And we are starting our flight. Or sorry, our crossing of the water. Lots of aircraft still around though. Lots of cloud cover too. Let's see if Sky Vector's updated yet. 29 minutes ago, that was that one. Okay, so as of 29 minutes ago, conditions are deteriorating. So we're at 240 at 7 knots. 240. I wonder if we should switch runways. Yeah, probably should. Let me just check and see. What are the runway options here? 2920. 24. So we're pretty much in the middle. Yeah, maybe we will switch runways. So maybe we'll go. We'll still go Lexic. But we'll change our approach. Yeah, let me just see if I can mess with that with the flight computer here. I don't even know if I'll be able to, if I know how to do that. So I wonder if we can change it. Change arrival. We're gonna do, what was the options there? The ILS for which runway? 29. We do ILS 29. Execute. Let's go back over to legs here. Go this to this. Execute. Okay, so it's changed. So we're gonna go Lexic to Tessex. Where is Tessex? Then I'm gonna add. I want to add another one in here. So if we go Lexic to OnDAP. Go on DAP. And I add that in there. And do that. So we'll go execute. So now we're going to go on DAP. which is there. And then on up to Tessex, which is there. To Epvig, which is there. Which should, and that'll bring us down to runway 29. Okay, so we do that. If we're going to be at 6,300 feet at Lexic, even if we say we're at 20, we'll see. Even if we say we're at 3,000 on ONDAP, and then we can continue down from there. Yeah, that should work. Okay, so that's executed. I can close that. Okay, mint. Perfect. So we're at 21, we said 15 minutes out, we'll start our descent down to 6,300 feet. But we are going to be flying the ILS. It looks like it's 1,700 feet clouds. It's 1,000 feet above the ground, so it's going to be it's going to be an interesting landing. So yeah, we're going to go on that. So it's going to come. We're going to have a wider approach, which isn't a bad idea. Once we're at Lexic, well, we'll probably slow down to say, we'll say like 270 knots. It doesn't say what the approach or what the approach speed is for the runway. No, it just kind of gives you information on it. But we are going to be flying through some weather to get there. But we are prepared. We will have the flight information. We're going to be flying. We'll be about 1,700 feet when we come at the bottom of the clouds. We're 20 minutes out from Lexic, and then 15 minutes and we'll go. Okay. So it's not nearly as bumpy. We'll turn the seatbelt signs back off for a little bit. Oops. We'll do that. Seatbelt signs are off. Things are looking good. What are we doing for speed here? 20,000 pounds of fuel still remaining, which is good as well. We'll check the flight computer to see what. Yeah, so we do have hold instructions as well in there, just in case we do. Just in case we do have to hold. Or if we go missed or anything like that, I think we should be alright. Still is a little bumpy, but it's not too bad. Better than what it was. Welcome to the stream, whoever just joined. Okay, everything's still looking good though. I'm just going to double check the weather here on my phone and see what it's looking like. So it does look like it's still deteriorating. We can expect some snow. Let me see if the METAR has changed. It's still 35 minutes ago. Let's give this a refresh and see if it's changed yet. No, it's still 35 minutes ago. So I'm guessing they updated maybe once an hour. So hopefully we'll have some up-to-date information when we fly in. But we are getting more clouds. Not so long ago we were flying through clear skies over the rolling hills of New Brunswick. Can't see anything now. So we are burning more fuel. Maybe it's because we are at a lower altitude now. We're down another 2,000 feet. I wouldn't think that would matter though. We're burning about 10,000 pounds an hour. But what can you do here? Outside temperature minus 54 degrees Celsius. A brisk day out there. But everything's looking peachy. Just peachy. Alright, 2 minutes before we begin our descent. Once we're about to begin our descent, we'll get the seatbelt signs on. Let's just check to see if there's anything for descent. Anti-ice We will turn the we won't turn the anti-ice until we're just about in the clouds. Now we do have our pitot heat on. We'll turn on the lights, minimums when we get there. And yeah, things are good. Once we get a little bit closer, we will put some flaps in. We're doing good so far. Once we get lower and we get closer, we'll throw in some flaps. But weather isn't looking good. I kind of figured we might run into some crappy weather. It's that time of year in the Atlantic. Weather changes whenever it decides it wants to. I used to think about doing some of my flights down to the Bahamas and stuff like that when I was flying down there in the game. You're clear weather almost all the time. Especially good when you're flying from Florida to the Bahamas, because you usually have a pretty good tailwind this time of year. Usually pretty good tailwind, and yeah, you don't usually have any weather. So Sable Island, which is just south of Nova Scotia, their METAR right now is let's see what it's reading here. 05025 gusting to 33, 2.5 miles of visibility, rain and snow, 1,200 feet, and overcast at 25. Let's see if ours is updated yet. It hasn't updated yet. There's not even a special. Sometimes if you do have weather moving in, they'll give you a special report, and we don't even have that yet. Okay, so we're going to begin our descent here. We're going to go down to 6,300 feet. Let's set the altitude, 6,300. Going the wrong way, 63. Vertical speed, and we're going to go down at 2,000 feet a minute. And there we go. We will turn on the seatbelt sign. I probably should have done it before we started descending, but that's alright. $155 miles in. So we are going to pick up some speed here. We're 615 knots over ground now. So I'm going to hit the controller here. We're going to turn on the de-icing fluid, pitot heat on. We are going to turn on the nav. We're not going to turn on those yet. We are going to turn on some extra lights here. And we should be set for our descent into the clouds. I think it's 18,000 feet. The limit's 270 knots, I think is what it is. So we'll slow down once we get down to closer. Once we're down to, like, we'll say, I don't know, 25,000 feet, we'll slow it down a bit. But we are cruising for a bruising right now, 623. It should start to pull back. I'm surprised it hasn't. Well, actually, our speed set 370, so I'm surprised it hasn't started to pull back on the power yet. But there's still some time. I thought that said we were descending at 63 feet a minute. I was gonna say, holy. Nope, things are looking good still. Just about to pass through 30,000 feet to 29,000. 25,000, we will begin our slower speed down to 270. .621 knots ground speed though. We're still moving very fast. 13 minutes to Lexic. See if the METAR has updated yet in SkyVector. Nope, not yet. So I'm going to say it's probably once an hour it updates. But it is pulling back some power here. We are at 370 knots. A will save us on some fuel. That ocean or land? That looks like it's some land right there. But we have broken through a bit of a clearing here. It'll be interesting to see if that's what it's like. I wonder where we are. This must be the St. Pierre's Island or something like that. We are going to throw on the St. John's ATIS. It's 128 even. 128. We can pick it up as soon as we can hear it. We know what the weather is. It's 25,000 feet. We're going to pull her back to 270 knots. Okay, so we are bleeding some speed as we descend, which is good. Looks like we are going through a layer of clouds, so let me double check. We do have the de-icing and the pitot heat on. Say my speed for flaps. No, it doesn't. Flight plan. Zoom out. So what do I say? We're going to Lexic to, is it Earlham? On down. To Epmont. On down Tessex. Where's Tessex? Okay, Tessex to Epvag. After Epvag, it's straight to the runway. Okay. 13 minutes to Lexic. Still descending. Current speed of 465 still. So we're still doing not bad. Burning next to nothing for fuel. We're gaining some time to Lexic. Actually, we are slowing down. Not seeing much out there. You can see a little bit of the ocean, but we are just coming through the cloud layer. The wind has changed. It's almost directly behind us there now. We are still slowly bleeding off our speed here. Put in a notch of flaps at flaps 1. I guess that shows me what the flaps are at. It won't actually let me put in a flaps yet because we are still too fast. Which is alright. So we still got some time to lose the speed. Which we only got to lose 17 knots, so it's nothing crazy. I am seeing some land here now. Let's just check the map and see. Yeah, we're just crossing over a little section of land and we're going to be back out over the ocean. 13 minutes to Lexic still. Still descending. And we'll be descending to 6,300 feet. Weather's still doing not bad. Still don't have an update on the weather in St. John's. Still haven't picked up the ATIS on the radio yet either. We're still quite a ways from it. We're 81 miles from Lexic. We're still probably 100 miles from the airport. We can probably do 1,000 feet a minute. We're going to do only 10 minutes, so we can probably bring this up to 1,000 feet a minute. You're starting to spool up a little bit there. It still doesn't say what, I don't know what our flap speed is. 12 minutes and we have to drop 9,000 feet. So we'll be at our 6,300 at Lexic. And once we're on our way to Ondap, we'll drop down probably to 3,000, I think. But it is kind of cloudy here. We're kind of going through like the bottom layer of the clouds. Hopefully the ILS works. 12 minutes out from Lexic, still 70 miles. Do have it on the map here now. Well, it looks like we're back out over the ocean. Yeah, probably in our next couple of videos we'll just do some short hops around around Newfoundland here. Just trying to see which international airports there is. So it looks like two international airports is Gander and St. John's. And maybe we'll fly St. John's to Goose Bay. I don't know. Uh-oh, I just made a big. I don't remember where Goose Bay is. I have to look that up. I thought it was the northern tip of Labrador, but maybe not. But we're still going to be about 6 minutes to our planned altitude. Okay. We have an update yet for St. John's? Nope, 51 minutes ago. So yeah, we should have one here in the next couple of minutes. We're at now overcast 1700. The wind's not bad, it's variable. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any snow there right now. But that can change. See if I can get an airport diagram of them so we can see where we're going. It's not a very good one. They're all pretty low quality. These are all the approaches. I think there's actually a diagram for the airport in this. Oh, there's one right there. Let's just take a look to see if it says on here. Yeah, I'm not going to show on there. Okay, so we're landing on runway 29. And we'll probably, it doesn't, so we'll probably have to runway 29 and then taxi. Where's the terminal? The terminal's there, so we'll taxi down runway 16 to Juliet Hotel to Gulf, to India. Okay. As you can see on the map, this is where we would end up going if we had to, if we missed and we had to hold, this is where we would be. Alright, so it looks like we are getting some cloud here. Let's just check. I want to get this weather because I want to know what it is there. We are flying through another cloud layer though. 38 miles. We're 7 minutes from Lexic. Almost at our 6,300 feet. Not burning much fuel at this descent, which is good. We've got 18,000 pounds left. Well, we are in the soup. Not really the soup, we're just about to fly into the clouds. But it is quiet. Pretty uneventful flight. A little bit of turbulence, but halfway through. That wasn't bad. I'm sure the seatbelt sign is still on. The seatbelt sign is on. No smoking sign, doesn't matter. Things are still going well. Still got a ground speed of 310 knots. We got an 18 knot tailwind. You can actually see on the map here, you can see the airport now. I'm going to zoom that in one notch. 1,000 feet to go. No info on the airport yet. Find it probably in 6 minutes. we got the ATIS set in there. It was 128 even is what it was. So we've got the ATIS in there. 128 even. Yep, so nothing yet. Definitely a lot of cloud up here. Alright, about 3 minutes and we should have the online version of the ATIS anyways. Or the METAR. When it looks here, yeah, it'll be running runway 29 anyways. The wind being 276 at 16. Minutes in, so it's almost landing time. So once we're into ONDAP, we are going to go 3,500 feet. And then I'll bring the speed back. So we're at Tessex. Tessex is in line with the runway, so on the way to ONDAP, we'll probably even slow it down to, say, 190 knots.
St. John's
There we go.
INTL information Victor. 1400 Zulu weather. Wind 270 at 8, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 1700 overcast, temperature -4, dew point -7. Altimeter 3015. Arriving runway 29, departing runway 29.
Okay, so it's about the same as what it says on the website right now. And then it'll probably change here once the website updates. ONDAP's 38 miles. Let's see how far it'll say the runway is. Runway 29, it doesn't tell me a total. Yeah, so when we're at Tessex, where we should be able to pick up the ILS. Give this another refresh and see what we got for weather. Nothing yet. Probably one more minute and we'll have more accurate weather. 2.5 minutes out. Okay, things are still going not bad. .3 minutes out. Yeah, we're gonna go 30. We'll do 3,000 feet. Set that. It's 38 miles. Alright. Still got tons of fuel though. Okay, actually this will say so 250 knots for flaps. So once this waypoint switches over, we'll bring her down to 250 knots, and then we can start slowing down. It's 20 seconds, but a mile out, we'll tune her down to 250 knots and put our first notch of flaps in. So landing speed 40 is, yeah, so our landing speed's probably about 160 knots, I would say. Okay, so we're going to bring that down. And vertical speed, I'm going to do 1,000 feet a minute. Alright, so yeah, so we're gonna be on this for on up in 7 minutes here. Gonna put in our first notch of flaps. And we are in the clouds 100%. Let's check and see if this updated. It didn't update. We'll just refresh this just to be sure. Yeah, it didn't update. So we're just going to have to go by the weather they provided us here. All right. And once we're about probably 2 minutes out, we'll slow down a little bit more. But we're right in the clouds, though. Thousand feet to go. Just gonna get my pedals into a better spot here. Is there windshield clearing? Sorry. Thought I saw something for that. Left window heat. So it's on. Okay, so it says it's already on. Alright, so we're on the instruments here. So we are right in the clouds. So 5 minutes out. Once we're there, we might even do 3 minutes out. We'll do 220 knots. And we will put another notch of flaps in. All right. Whole lot of cloud out there, that's for sure. 4 minutes, 30 seconds out. Let's see if that updated. No, didn't update. Switch over to the flight plan so I know roughly where I am. Takes maximum concentration here. Now we're going to slow down to do 210 knots. Put another notch flaps for flaps 2. We'll do flaps 5. Still hardcore in the clouds. 11 miles from ONDAP. Once we get to ONDAP, then we're going to have to... once we get to ONDAP, we'll slow down to 190. Put another notch of flaps in. So even a minute before we get to ONDAP. It won't take much to slow us down. Two and a half minutes out. Wonder what the view looks like from outside. Oh yeah, we're in the hardcore clouds there now. No, all we can do is hope that the ILS works. How far does it say? 7 miles. Yeah, so when we fly over Tessex, we need to be at 1,900 feet. We'll lose a little bit more altitude here. We're going to go 2,500 feet. Still in the clouds. Two and a half miles from ONDAP. Okay, so we're at Tessex, so we need to go vertical speed 1,900 feet. And we are going to go down to 190 knots. Put another notch of flaps. And then we need to be at, for EPVAG, we need to be at 1,400. So we should be just about coming near to the bottom of the clouds here. Bring it down to 170 knots. What are we at now? Flaps 10. We're in flaps 15. And we're going to activate approach. Should, then we're going to go down 1,000 feet a minute to 1,400 feet. I think it's when it gets the localizer. Okay, so I think that means that it has got it. It's doing some scary stuff right now, so getting back to 160 knots, put another notch of flaps. Don't really know what it's doing at the moment. This is intense. Two minutes out from Epveg anyways. See if I can see the runway here. Okay, so I do see the runway. Alright, so we got the approach on, so when it does pick it up, it should. Put another notch of flaps in. See if it picks up the localizer here soon, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to turn the autopilot off. Gear down. Bit of a sketchy landing, that's alright. Another notch of flaps. The gear didn't come down apparently, so we're
Sink right, sink right, sink right.
not much runway here, that's for sure.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing sink right, gear. Sink right, sink right.
We're probably coming in a little steep.
Sink right, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Alright, that was intense. Made it to the ground though. Come down here and turn around. Let's bring up my airport diagram. So we will have to taxi back. Yeah, that wasn't the greatest landing. Not bad for the first time. I don't know what was going on with the ILS. It didn't for some reason it didn't work. Maybe it was I have to figure out the VNAV still. Come on. And there we go. Taxi back on the runway. The flaps up all the way. We have to taxi down here to runway 16, and then we will have to taxi down 16 to Juliet. Not bad though. Cross here. And Juliet should just be up here on our right hand side. There it is there. Then we're going to turn left onto hotel. Hotel to Gulf. She wants to turn. couple of Air Canada flights here, and probably the only Delta airline flight, if I had to guess. We will pull in right here. Gate number 3. Alright, let's see how close we were on that one. Let's check out our view. Well, pretty good. That's mint. That is mint right there. All right, everybody. If you enjoyed the stream today, make sure you do follow, comment, and like. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed the flight. And everyone have a great evening. Thanks for watching.